Now, Bitcoin just experienced a sharp move lower, now dropping towards 77,900 region in the last several hours. And the market is now entering a very important zone technically and psychologically. Now, today we are going to break down what actually happened and what caused the drop, why traders are suddenly becoming defensive, the key support and resistance levels, what smart money is watching right now, and finally, what could happen next. So stay tuned till the end so you don't miss out a single thing. Now, in the last 12 hours, Bitcoin has lost momentum and sold off aggressively toward the high 77,000 region. Now that is after failing to maintain strength above the 80k level. That is where we failed here. Now, we have come down to this short-term support level that we've currently got. Now, the main reason behind this move is a broader risk-off environment hitting global markets. Now, rising US Treasury yields, renewed inflation concerns, and higher oil prices have pushed traders away from risk assets. And crypto, as you can see, got caught in that pressure. Now, why does this drop actually matter? So this isn't just some random pullback. Bitcoin has already seen the weakness after multiple failed attempts to sustain rallies above the 80 to 82k earlier this week. So we have touched that level upon many times. So we've got here, there, and a big move here. So we consolidated actually for quite a few days in this region. So about two to 3 days roughly. So the highest peak was about 82, nearly 83k, and we have failed to hold above this resistance level multiple times. So now, once Bitcoin actually lost this level of that 80k, which was obviously a psychological level, short-term traders started closing longs rapidly, which accelerated this move now to the downside. So in yesterday's stream, we actually did see a lot of liquidity in the upper range, so around 82k. So that actually did build a lot of pressure. So right now, Bitcoin is trading more like a risk asset rather than a pure crypto trade. So markets right now are reacting to rising bond yields, inflation fears, oil price strength, and a geopolitical uncertainty. So now investors are becoming more cautious overall, and when yields rise, liquidity tightens. And when liquidity tightens, speculative assets like Bitcoin usually face the pressure first. Now, the most important level right now is this short-term support level that we have at 77,500 to 77,800. So this area is currently acting as this short-term support. We've actually seen the market come down to this level a few times before. So we've got here some confirmation there, here. So we've got many touches upon this level. So we do actually have some confirmation that the level is there, and it's actually now being used again. So right now we are currently watching if buyers will be actually defending this level. So if Bitcoin loses this zone with strong volume, then the next downside targets could become to obviously underneath, which will be about 76 to the mid 75k region. But there is also potential that we do come to the long-term support level, which would be, let's say, around 72 to 73k. But now on the upside, Bitcoin does now need to reclaim that 79k level first, then 80k, and then eventually 81k to restore this bullish momentum. Now, as long as price stays below 80k, bears still have the short-term control. So now institutional traders are actually watching these three things. So firstly, we have if rates and bond yields rise. And now secondly, we have the sentiment about the global risk. So if this actually gets worse, then we'll definitely see Bitcoin coming down even further. And now finally, it's whether Bitcoin can hold this current support zone of the 77,500 to 77,900 without panic selling accelerating. So if support actually holds here, this could simply be another healthy reset before a continuation higher later on. But if support actually breaks down aggressively, volatility could increase very quickly. So technically, Bitcoin is now compressing between two major support and heavy resistance levels. So the market is really basically deciding between continuation lower towards the deeper support, which would be seen in the daily time frame, as you can see, or stabilization before another attempt higher, which we have seen before. So the market has come down to this level before, here and here, and then each time we've kind of come higher. So right now, this is a very key area to be watching for. So the key thing right now to understand is that Bitcoin is no longer in easy breakout territory. Right now, it's in a battle for control of the market. Now, here's what you guys should monitor for now. If Bitcoin can reclaim this 79K level very quickly, if it can, then that would show that buyers are still active and they have actually protected this support zone very nicely. Now, number two would be that watch volume around the 77.5K level. Heavy selling there could trigger liquidation cascades even lower. And now finally, we have pay attention to macro headlines, bond yields and oil prices, because right now crypto is extremely sensitive to this global risk sentiment. Now, we will most likely see these things unfold as we come in to the start of the upcoming week. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the latest. And now overall, the last 12 hours have shifted Bitcoin into a very critical short-term position. The bullish momentum has clearly weakened for now, but the market still hasn't fully broken down either. Everything right now depends on whether bulls can defend the current support zone and reclaim momentum above 79K and eventually that 80K level again. So the next 24 to 48 hours could decide the next direction of Bitcoin's next major move. Now, I will update you guys as soon as anything happens, so make sure you stick around to see how this actually unfolds. Now, there will be a link to Evedex in the description below, which is a fully decentralized exchange you can use for all of your trading. I personally use it, so feel free to drop in on the next live that I have, and you can see me trade live. Now, as always, drop a like will be greatly appreciated, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.